Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Ozark Living, and today's video we are going to continue our full map tour of the lake. We're going to go into the heart of the Ozarks, the belly of the dragon, Osage Beach. Let's check it out. All right, hey guys, my name is Scott, and if this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. And while you're here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button along with that notification bell, because every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm dropping a new video telling you everything you need to know about moving to or living in Lake of the Ozarks. We're also a group of licensed lenders and agents, so as much as I love making these videos, I would love even more to help you with your lending or real estate needs. So the number popping up below, I am the guy who answers the phone calls, the text messages, and the emails. If there's a question, a scenario, or something I can do, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. All right, guys, and until then, we want to continue our full map tour of the Ozarks. And previous videos, we started at the northern part of the lake, and we are slowly working our way down. We're now on Osage Beach, and as we know, and we've talked about it before, Osage Beach is the heart of the lake. It's where the majority of the stores are, and whether that's retail or restaurants, the hospital is there. And so we want to take a closer look at Osage and, try to connect the dots for some people on, kind of, hey, where is this area very specifically? Some pros and cons, maybe a little bit. And then we'll jump over to the real estate side and show some of the homes that might be in this area and what to expect or look for. And then we'll talk about a little bit of the amenities along the way as well. And so what I'll do is I'll shrink myself and put myself down in the corner. And the first thing that we want to do is we just pull up a map of the United States. Right off the bat, we're going to find the state of Missouri, which is going to be right here in the middle of the country. So depending on where you live would depend on, maybe again, if you have to drive into the Ozarks or if you're flying. We've talked to some people in the west and northern states who have to fly in. Others that are a little bit closer can just kind of make the drive or the commute. But as you come in, we're going to scroll in on Missouri. If you are flying in, what you'll first off see is Kansas City on one side, St. Louis on the other. You'll find the Ozarks is right below the M on Missouri. So if you're flying in, you can pick either one of these airports and it'll be about the same drive time. So you're going to fly in, rent a car. It'll be about a 2.5-hour drive from either airport. So find the best airport, the best flight, the cheapest one, whatever. You're going to fly in and then you're going to make the commute. So as we scroll in, and from an aerial view on the lake, you'll see that we kind of look at this lake as an ancient Chinese dragon. We're always referring to different parts of the dragon. You have the head, the neck, the belly. You got some legs down here, and then the big long tail that would go all the way back to Warsaw. So this is the lake from an aerial perspective, and where we want to talk about today is very specifically around Osage Beach. Even when you look at it from, again, an aerial point of view, you can see that there's a lot of roadways up in here. Like the lighter shaded areas means there's a lot more roadway and activity. Then if you look down towards the back half here, it's just a lot of greenery with a lot of less road. And so, depending on who you are and what you're looking for and the purposes of it, you might need to be in this area because you have to be really close to a lot of those amenities. You have to be close to to restaurants or doctors or hospitals, these kinds of things. Then you might want to very specifically make sure we're staying in Osage. If you don't want to be around this area, then obviously you need to go a little bit further down the lake or a little bit further east. But when we're looking at Osage specifically, we're going to scroll in. We've talked on previous videos around Lakeside. Right up here is going to be the Bagnell Dam. This is the strip, right where it says Lake Ozark. There's a lot of restaurants and touristy stuff and a lot of fun happening right here. We made our way down and we checked out some real estate and some other amenities on the peninsula and the villages of Four Seasons. Now we want to kind of hang around the belly of this dragon and talk very specifically about Osage Beach. So Highway 54 right here is the main highway roadway that goes on the east side of the lake. And so this is where the majority of those retail stores are going to be in the hospital, which I'll show you here in a second. But one main thing to think about and consider, guys, is if you're on a home search and you're looking for a property here, and it doesn't matter if it's a single family home for you guys, owner occupied, or if you're looking for an investment property, if you're looking at this peninsula, which can be considered part of Osage, this bridge right here is a toll bridge. Okay. And so The other bridge is back down here. This is Hurricane Deck down here towards Sunrise Beach. And then you have this bridge right here. So the only two bridges that really cross the lake, except for this one right here, but as far as the main body of the water. So if you're living on this peninsula and you need to be on this side of the lake on a daily basis, like maybe school's over there or your job and work, or maybe you have to make frequent runs to a doctor's or a hospital or something, every time you cross this bridge, you'll have to pay for it. So you're going to have a $2 to $3 charge depending on if it's an off season or peak season. And that can obviously add up. I can imagine myself, we would drive across the water, we would forget our wallet and we'd have to turn around and come back, or vice versa. But if you're looking for a single family owner occupied property here and you don't have to cross over very often, maybe not a big deal. If you're looking for an investment home over here, this could deter people because if they already know the lake, they're going to know that they have to cross this waterway, and every time they do it, they have to pay. So if you cross it, you're going to have, again, right here at Lake Ozark, there's a lot of fun, restaurants and amenities and touristy stuff right in this area, which people are going to want to obviously be a part of. So depending on, again, what you want and what you're looking for, think about being on the east side of this lake or on the west side. Let's hang out on the west side. And obviously, as you can tell, Highway 54, when you're kind of looking at the belly here, there's a lot of activity going on up and down this highway. This is, again, a lot of the retail stores. You get out on this peninsula right here, there's a lot of condo communities. There's a lot of activity. So, boat dealerships and hardware stores, everything that you want is going to be basically from this top section all the way down to this bottom section. So some folks have asked, hey, kind of where is the hospital in correlation to the lake? And, we might need that for certain things. It's going to be right here. So if you are looking at the lake, it's this peninsula, and then you just head directly east and you scroll in. And then right here, you'll find the hospital. So maybe we could drop this guy down in here. We can take a peek real quick. We'll see if I got this right. Okay, so let's turn around. Yep. So right here is going to be the hospital. There we go. That's better. You have to make frequent runs here, or if you just want to make sure that you're close to the hospital because you got young kids and the unforeseen happens and you don't want to be too far down the waterway, this is definitely going to be something to think about and consider. We can scroll back out. But as you look at just the lake in general, or just basically Highway 54, you can tell there's a whole bunch of retail stuff going on up and down Highway 54. You can also tell just from an aerial point of view that these are all these are large condo complexes and communities that have these big docks. This could even be just a marina that has boat slips for rent, but these main big docks out here are going to be kind of your condo complexes and communities. And so if you're down here looking for investment opportunities, short-term rentals, these could be great areas because these condos will probably come with a boat slip. And then those people that are looking to rent your property would love to have their boat. And that's an easy way for them to, rent, put the boat in the slip, and they'd have everything super close by as far as amenities. So as you're looking at this from an aerial perspective, you can tell that there's some larger condo communities as you get to the outskirts of the water. Otherwise, you're coming down in here, you're finding, maybe properties that are inside these little fingers and inlets. Clearly, if you come inside it here, this is going to be a slower kind of no wake area. As you can scroll out, you can see there's a lot of boat activity, even from the satellite image. And so this is the main body of water. So the waterways up in here are going to be very choppy, so again, if you have the boat and the equipment for it, this is a great area because there's a lot of lakeside restaurants all over the place. You can go, restaurant to restaurant on your boat and have a ton of fun. But if you're out here and you're trying to like slalom ski or surf or do something, unless you're out super early in the morning, maybe late at night, later in the evening, you can get away with it. Otherwise, during the day, there's going to be way too much chop for anybody to do anything. So some things to think about and consider. Again, this is where the heart of everything is going to be, is right up and down Highway 54. You have a big complex right here, which is going to be your Lowe's and Home Depots and Targets. And obviously you can just tell there's a lot of activity kind of going on. So From an aerial again point of view, just think about that toll bridge right there. Think about if the property is on the inside or the outside of that, and what the needs are that you or your family would need if you came down and moved. Let's jump over and take a look at some real estate stuff. So from a aerial point of view, this is an active listings that are in this area, and you can tell there's about 423 properties kind of in this Ozarks section. We can go ahead and scroll on in. There's a lot of stuff on the outskirts. So as you scroll in, you can see, okay, maybe there's less as we get closer. So where we were just looking was Highway 54 and kind of right up and down this area. We're on the east or the west side, depending on what it is we're looking for. So let's scroll in and take a look at this peninsula. And again, folks, it just depends on what it is that you need, right? Are we after a single family home? We looking for condos, investment properties? Let's just talk, single family properties. If you're looking to move here and relocate for your family, these are the home searches that we can help set up. And this is what you're going to want to see once we set up a home search. You can see everything that's active on the NMLS right now. And then obviously anything that would meet your criteria moving forward, you would get notified and the system would let you know. Well, we're going to go in, we're going to do coming soon and for sale. Property types, you can categorize it if you wanted to look at condos and townhouses. Let's go ahead and take those out and let's just look specifically at single family properties. And then if you are looking very specifically for lakefront, you can click on here. You can go to bedrooms and bathrooms. You can click on more. And in here, you can very specifically click on your lakefront properties and apply that. So as you can tell, you can have anything from the high hundreds to, seven figures, 1 million to 2 million. You'll find some properties in here. But right in here could be some good options. So these 5 properties or so are sub million. So you're in, around the 750 mark. You can go and check out a couple of these. So obviously you're going to have a great view here. Okay, single family home, very well maintained and upkept. That's a nice bathtub. My wife would love that. Okay, you got your dock out there with your boat slips. So a great option there. Let's see, I'll move myself down here. What else is in this area? Okay, nice brick. Ranch style home. It's on a flat lot, so we've talked about it before on this channel. It's a hilly kind of mountainous area, and so to have a flat lot like this is pretty impressive. But this is a great single family home. If you're moving down and you're relocating your family, the dock's in great condition. You're on a cove and a channel. You have a huge lot. You have your dock and everything that you would need out back. So great option. All of these are going to be around, $625 to $750. Awesome. You can also tell that obviously this is going to be, a higher price point area as well. And so this is a golf course community, Portosima up here. And so if you're up in this area, you can tell that the property values get up there a little bit higher. This is a 1.75 right on the tip of this little peninsula. Look at this house. You got a pool out back, you got windows and daylight coming in all over the place. Gorgeous home. Oh, you have a community pool and you have a pool out back. So I guess if you want privacy, or this is like the adult pool and this is like the kid pool. You got your dock right over there so you can put your boat. Cool. So beautiful home there. You can tell that once you get into, again, this peninsula right here, this little section of green. This is a golf course kind of private community. You can see that the price point of the home can go up. And we just have to see what 8.9 million buys you. Let's check this out. See? Look at this thing. Yep. So I've seen this house from the waterway. We might even be able to find it on some B-roll. But this is what 9 million could buy you. Super cool. So we'll go back out now again, folks, right? This is on the inner side of this peninsula. So we just kind of talked about it. Here's the bridge that you would have to cross every single time that you would want to go to the Strip and Lakeside area, or if you're coming over into Osage, you're going to have to cross that bridge every single time. So if you wanted to stay on this side, then maybe we can scroll in and we can find some properties. Here's one at 800. Single family home, ranch style, looks like a pretty flat lot. Here's a great option. Great home, great windows. See, you can tell though too, like it's got a hill, so it's carved into the side, which is what a lot of properties are. But all these homes are going to be very well maintained and upkept. But you can start to get an idea and start to see, hey, if I'm on this side, what if some of these properties, this peninsula out here, which would keep you close to all of the retail stuff, again, close to the hospital, you're in the high hundreds. There's obviously properties that will push into the seven figures, but there's some great options as you get towards the outskirts. Beautiful home. Okay. Ranch style property. You got plenty of garage space. Great entertainment deck space off the back. Obviously very well maintained, upkept. You got a pool. You got deer. I wonder if the deer come with it. Probably not. So great option, right? And again, folks, just depending on, what's the purpose of this? Are we relocating our family? What side of the lake do we want to stay on? Again, got to cross this toll bridge every single time. We want to be close to the amenities, again, or if not, if this is going to be a section that's going to be too congested for you and you want a little bit more elbow space, then we got to start to move you down the waterway and find different options. But you can come in here and you can check your price point. Again, and let's say your price point is, we'll say $1 million to $2 million. You can apply that. And you can see that there's not anything that pops up right here. You're going to have to come up onto this side as well. So if you're a little bit more, flexible, then obviously if you drop that price point, you'll find some other things. So these are the things that we can help you set up on and start to show you some differences. And then when you go and click on kind of, hey, what are some of the amenities and things, you can kind of scroll in and kind of find all of the restaurants and amenities that are going to be in this area. Redhead Lakeside Grill and Yacht Club is a great lakeside restaurant, super fun, a lot of things going on there. Dog Days is another fun one. All of these places are just going to be, see if we can click on some pictures here. Fun stuff to go and check out. So whether you're doing it from, the road or you're doing it from the lake, these are great kind of lakeside restaurants that you can check out and explore. Let's go check out Dog Days. Pretty much going to have an outdoor bar area. You're going to have boat slips where you can just roll up on your boat. Looks like they got a pool out back, but that looks all right to me. So everybody's kind of pulled up, hanging out, having a good time. Here's an aerial view. So if you're up in this area, you can obviously tell that if you're on the roadside, you're going to be able to have all of the amenities and restaurants that are going to be clearly off the water. And then obviously if you are on the water, this is the fun stuff where a lot of people want to come down and they have a nice good sized boat. That boat can handle, some of the chop and some of the waves. And if that's the case, then you're kind of bouncing around to some of these restaurants. You can tell, look at some of these boats down here, like a big cigarette boat. These are going to be good size, again, boats that can handle larger size waves. These people hanging out. So a lot of fun, depending on, again, who you are and what you're looking for. This is going to be an area that's going to have everything that you're going to need. If you wanted to be further away from the hustle and bustle, then we can show you other areas. But what we're trying to do is connect the dots for folks on, hey, where are we on the Ozarks and, what part of the lake should we be on? We got to keep this bridge in mind, depending on, if we're on the east or the west side, would depend on if we have to pay that toll every single time. Once we are kind of dialed in on our home search, you can basically draw a map and only look at stuff on the west side. If you have to be close to the amenities or the hospital or certain things and you don't want to cross that toll bridge every time, that's something to think about. If you're okay with not crossing it as much, then you can come on this side and you can see that you'll find anything from 600,000 to obviously upwards into the 2-3 millions, all around in this entire area. But there's going to be some great options. This is the home search stuff that we can help you set up on. And, if you're relocating your family, then you're going to be able to find some really amazing single family homes that don't need a whole lot of work and that can be just move-in ready. So whatever we can do to kind of help continue to connect these dots, we're going to continue the map tour of this area and continue to check it out. So if you're interested on what's kind of going on towards the top part of the lake, the head of the dragon or the neck, we did those last two videos last week. We're kind of into Osage. And then what we're going to do is slowly start to work our way down and check out some of these other parts of the waterway. The further away we get from Osage, the less busy and less amenities that things are going to happen. And so we'll continue to explore that, and then we'll obviously get out there and take some more videos and shots. Again, all we're trying to do is connect the dots between where are we on the lake? What are some of the amenities that are in this area? Do we need to be super close to those? Are we okay with being a little bit further away? We got to make sure that we have a good understanding. Are we on the east side or the west side of the water? Whatever we need for our family, if there's a driver or commute or schools or hospitals, we got to be very cautious on crossing that toll bridge every single time. And then obviously, what are the price points of homes and what can we expect? If we're after that single family home, then cool. These are the kind of the homes that you could look for in that price point. As we start to move away from Osage, you'll start to see that price point get suppressed a little bit. So again, right, all we're really trying to do is connect the dots with where are we on the lake? What are some of the amenities and things that we can expect? Are we on the east side or the west side? Do we have to cross that toll bridge? Once we kind of figured out the location, then obviously we can dial in the homes and the price point, and those are the things that we can do to help you out. Whatever we can do to help connect the dots on, where are we on the lake? What are the things and what are the price points of these homes? That's what we love to do, right? I say it all the time. We're licensed lenders and agents. I love making the videos. I love more to help you with your lending or real estate needs. So last time, that number popping up below, I am the guy who answers the phone calls, the text messages, and the emails. If there's a scenario question or something I can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. Until then, we'll see you on the next video.